welcome back to my channel. So happy that you are joining me today. Amanda here, and if this is your first time joining me on my YouTube channel, thank you for stopping by. I love doing process videos of me working in my journaling Bible, and I am just working through the Illustrated Faith's newest devotional kit. This kit is not available to have delivered to you, but there is some digital content that is still available on Illustrated Faith's website. I will link it down below so you can download the digital content, and they also send you these die cuts as well as the stickers that come with the kit. You get all of that digitally to print out, and so you can still work right alongside the kit, no problem, even though it is sold out. But I am working in Psalm 66, verse 16 through 20, and it is basically just talking about how we just need to rejoice and give thanks to the Lord for all of the marks that He has put on our life. And so that's what I just kind of jotted down in the devotional journal, which is in full color. So if you have been around with Illustrated Faith, usually it is just black and white on the inside, and they have decided to bust out with the full color, which is just absolutely gorgeous. So I just jotted down some ways that the Lord has marked my life in this past year, and then I'm going to transfer that into my Bible and just kind of expand on that with my journaling. I'm working on creating a cluster for my title, so I'm definitely going to use this tag in some way, and I definitely loved the little heart, and I wanted it to kind of shadow my tab up at the top, and so I cut out a piece from the Print and Pray shop, and I think about using that as my washi tape, but ultimately I matched the washi tape that came with the kit. I match it up at the top as an anchor for my title. I do fiddle around with the cluster a lot, and I realize that in my tab I do need to bring the orange color up to the top, and so that's where you see me put that die cut up by my tab, and I will end up connecting all of those to make it work. Even with the wider margin, I do end up cutting off a little bit of the tab just to make it fit just right. So it was just a little bit too big, and so I do end up just trimming off the one side of the tab to make it fit just right. And there you can see I am using that washi tape as an anchor just so it's not floating in the middle of my page. I do eventually get to the part where I start adhering the pieces together. I am using the Illustrated Faith tape runner. You do not have to use the Illustrated Faith tape runner. It's just what I had on hand, and I just adhere them to the page. The great thing about tape runners is that they are usually not so sticky that you can't remove things if you need to. So I noticed that my heart is not underneath the word enough, and so I am able to kind of peel that up and layer it a little bit more to get that look that I want. And I'm putting the word Fetty up at the top. It says Mark Maker, so then when I'm flipping through this brand new Bible, that's right, you are seeing the first entry in my new Bible, which is always scary. Can I get an amen? But then when you are flipping through my Bible, I have a tab on every entry, and I love having the word Fetty just kind of peek out as a reminder of the entries that I have done. I'm now reaching for the stamps that come with the kit, and I love the fact that Shauna and Illustrated Faith decided to give us an option to add on inks when the kit released, and so I was able to get the Prima ink chalkers before they sold out, and that is what I am using as my colors on the page. I just love doing all of these marks. I'm keeping an eye out for where I want my journaling to go, and then I'm just kind of filling in the white space through there, making sure to mix up the patterns as well as the colors that I am using for the designs. Do not fear if you do not have the stamp set, if you weren't able to get the physical kit, you can easily recreate these marks that are throughout the devotional with a crayon, with a marker, even with like a brush pen or something like that. If you want to go from a thinner stroke to a deeper stroke, you can absolutely recreate these no problem, even without the inks and the stamps. And I love to do that with my Neo colors. I just thought it would be kind of fun to try out these new inks because I had never used them before. And also, I mean, that stamp set is just gorgeous, and so I couldn't not use the beautiful stamp set. I am going to end my entry just writing down my journaling and making sure that I underline my verse. Like I said, I am in Psalm 66, verse 16 through 20. She encourages us to read the whole end of that chapter, and so I didn't want to bunch more color on the page. I do add this little teal heart just to break up the pattern because it was a solid color, but I knew that I wanted my verse to be underlined as opposed to highlighted with a highlighter or covered in watercolor or anything like that, just because I had so much other color elements around the page. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't too crazy and too busy when you got to the verse. I quickly realized that I do have a little bit more white space and I do need a little bit more of that mustardy, yellow, orangey color that I had brought the cross up to the top to kind of fill that in, but I did want to add a little bit more. And so I do reach for my Faber-Castell brush pens, and I just take this golden color and do some easy dots around the page. So there you go. You can see that it is pretty simple to recreate this page even without the kit. Go ahead and enjoy these close-ups. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram @RoWrites. See you next time. Bye.